Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Hunt Lift Eat podcast, brought to you by Hunt Lift Eat Official on Instagram. Carter and Carrie back in the host seats, the dynamic duo. Welcome back from Texas, Carrie.
Thanks, man.
I know you're feeling a little under the weather, man, so thanks for being a trooper and jumping on here.
Yeah, man. It took me longer to fly home from Texas than it would have just to drive. Kind of brutal.
Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yep.
This episode of the podcast brought to you by Delta Airlines.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, when you said they were rerouting you mid-flight, I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, getting messages. Your new flight is, and I'm like, oh my God. Cool. Thanks. Yeah.
Gotta love it. Well, we're stoked for this one today. We'd like to welcome, for the first time, the brain behind Elk Don't Exist movement, the Silly Goose Hunt Club, bringing humor to the hunting world. Dillion Deitz, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This is an honor. Before we begin, I'd like to address some of the recent allegations, if that's okay.
Please, the floor is yours.
My family has been deeply hurt by this. Let's just get it out in the open. I am not, nor have I ever been, and I know it's hard to believe, on steroids.
Phew. Does that feel good to get off your chest?
It does. I know. I mean, looking at this now, it's hard to believe, but I'm sick. Frankly, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to clear that up right off the rip here. So,
man, you got that straight in the horse's mouth. He's natty. Dylan is natty.
If you believe in yourself and you work hard and you eat animal protein, you're going to be fine.
Here you go.
And you can achieve results like this.
What a wingspan, man.
Thank you so much. I have an ape index of 7.4.
Oh, man. I love it. Thanks for clearing that up, dude. Yeah, we've been getting messages about your steroid use constantly, and we appreciate your honesty.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for giving me the platform to do so, guys. It's like I said, it's an honor to be here. And before I begin, I'd love to clear up some recent allegations.
Again?
These are not my wife's sunglasses. All right, let's start the show. I have a heart out.
Let's do it.
Man. You've only got 4 Zins.
I only have 4 Zins left, guys, and there is a nationwide shortage.
Real issue. Times are tough. All right, let's talk hunting, man.
Let's do it.
Did I see recently that you were out bear hunting with a mutual friend of ours, Tayshawn?
Tayshawn, my boy Tayshawn. I love that guy. I've known him for years, just on the internet.
Yeah.
And, like this space, you just become friends with a lot of people online. And he's like, hey, I'm going to fly up. Let's go bear hunting. I said, heck yeah. I said, well, I've got a tiny house with 2 kids. I don't have a place for you to stay. I'll try to find you a place to stay. And then I totally forgot about it. So 3 days before he's flying up, he was like, dude, have you found me a place to stay at? I'm like, yep. I didn't have a place for him to stay. I work at a electric bike shop, and I just asked the floor, does anyone have a room for my friend to stay in? He's black. No, I'm just joking.
He goes by Tayshawn Crenshaw.
His name's Tayshawn, and everyone was like, oh, no. No, I'm just joking. They're like, oh, how long have you known him? I'm like, years. And then they're like, have you ever met the guy? I'm like, no. And so everyone was like, no, I'm not letting a complete stranger stay at my house. And then my friend Eric was like, dude, screw it. Heck yeah. Is he safe? I'm like, he's a teddy bear. He's the best.
Yeah.
And so 3 days before he flew out, I found him a place to stay. And yeah, it was great, man. I love Tayshawn. He's brilliant. He's fun to be around. He's very fun to hunt with.
Yeah.
And I think he's moving up my way, or at least that's his kind of plan soon. So
that's great. I love that, man. I saw one of you posted on your story, and I was like, no shit. It's funny how incestuous this community can be some,
I don't like that term. I prefer close knit.
Yeah, close knit. That sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incestuous is maybe incestuous is more of like a better fitting word, actually. Yeah. I mean, according to the Hunt Quietly guys, we all just kiss each other and plot how to ruin public land hunting.
Right. I've been in those meetings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Card carrying member. Yeah, that's funny, man. Tayshawn was on my first elk hunt, actually.
Oh, no kidding?
That's kind of how I got put onto you, man. And your Elk Don't Exist.
Yeah, because you guys came out with a film called Elk Don't Exist, and I'm still waiting
that's like
for.
What we were saying the entire trip, because elk hunting is.
I'm waiting for royalties on that one.
Well, hey, as soon as the money starts rolling in, I'll let you know.
Yeah, right. YouTube is an easy way to get rich. So,
when
that's a joke.
You monetize based on subscribers. Is that what it is?
I have no idea. It's the Wild West, man. I have no idea what I'm doing up there. The problem with like YouTube for me is like, I don't really want to film my own hunts. Like, who wants to watch me just, dick in hand, just screw everything up? Like, who wants to watch that? And it's just a 34-year-old man be sad a lot out there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure that out as well. So I know Tayshawn got some great footage, of us together, and that's about it. So.
Were any bears seen? Can you disclose that information?
No bears were seen on that trip. And then I, like 3 days after he left, I shot an awesome bear. I pulled off like the longest shot of my life. Footage looked like I absolutely smoked this bear. Grid searched for 3 days, never found him. And then I sent it to a bunch of like bear experts. Yeah. Like, you just hit him like 5 inches too far forward.
That's the tough thing about bear.
Yeah, that's like the first bear I've ever lost, unfortunately, and such a bummer.
Yeah, that feeling sucks. And aiming the anatomy on bears always throws me off. I've never shot one, but like everybody always says, like, aim further back than you think.
I like middle and then just a couple inches forward.
Yeah.
And then just send one 4 feet over their back. That's how I found to be the best way to scare them out of the area. It's still saving fawns if you think about it, if you put it that way.
Doing your part.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. You got to hang out with Tayshawn. He's a good dude. Yeah, when he came and filmed for us, that was the name of the game, man. Elk Don't Exist. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever done. This is just like
it's so hard, man.
Hard and arduous. We're at 9,000 feet and I can't breathe, and there's nothing here, and it's snowing. I was like,
it's tough. Luckily, I live in a place where you can hunt over the counter every year, and where I'm at in Northwest Montana, it's not known for we're not known for our elk numbers. Like, no one's burning points to come hunt up here,
right?
But you get to hunt them for months out of the year, every single year. And if non-residents are hearing this, it's still $3,000. So you have to have a ton of money to do that. But no, like, you just grind and grind and grind like this. You can just see the nose of this elk. I don't want to screw up how perfect I have. It took me an hour and a half to align this. My wife had to help me. We got in a fight about it. So I don't want to turn the camera up, but just know that's a 380-inch bull.
Without a doubt, yeah.
No, I have whitetails bigger than that legal bull elk. But it took me 10 years to kill one, and it's just grinding and learning curve. I've still never killed one with my bow. And it took me 10 years to kill one with a rifle. And it's just a grind. So you have to have a sense of humor about it, or you won't have fun. And if you can't have fun, like, why do we do this? It's so expensive. It's so much time away. It's so much work. It's so much money on steroids.
Yeah.
To be in peak physical condition like I am, to be able to do this. So if you can't have fun, like, we're we're missing something. And that's where like Elk Don't Exist kind of came about. It was just reminding people, hey guys, yes, we hunt for antlers. No shame in that. And we shoot what makes us happy. Awesome. Yes, we hunt for meat. Obviously, like you don't get, once again, you don't get these results without wild game.
Right.
But we continue to hunt after all these years, after all the trial and error and money spent and failures. We hunt because it's the funnest thing we get to do. And a lot of people, I feel like, have like lost that sense of joy. And if they come home without a tag punched, you know, their wife just like was like, yes, go for a week to Wyoming or whatever. And they come home pissed off for another week after that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not good in
You're
my
missing the
estimation.
point. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're there to fill tags. Like,
Sure.
obviously, like this is not just some coping mechanism for me to be okay with sucking at all of this. Like, I don't want to suck at this forever. You know, we're there to fill tags, but my argument has always been like, we hunt to this day because it's the funnest thing we get to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm the same way as you with turkeys. Can't kill the fucking things. Pretty sure they don't exist either, but I'm going after every spring.
Yeah. And you're on the east side. You're on the east, not the East Coast.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to ask is where are you at right now?
I'm in Kentucky.
Okay. Kentucky. That's like Midwest ish.
Yes, ish. Yeah. It's right on the border, kind of half Midwest, half southeast.
Okay. So you got Eastern birds over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So where I grew up in North Idaho, you could shoot a 12 gauge in the air and a longbeard would fall out of the sky and you'd catch it. Like the easiest turkey hunting of all time. And then I moved to Montana and, you know, I'm a bear. I love bear hunting. It's like one thing I'm half decent at, surprisingly.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it from this season, but I was like, I've killed enough bears now. Like, let's get into turkey hunting. You know, I have an 8-year-old son who's coming out with me more and more. And turkey, what better way to start hunting than chasing turkeys? And so we went out for 2 straight weeks, never heard a single gobble on public land. I'm like, oh, well, it'll just take me a couple of years to figure this out. And in 11 years of living in Montana, in this area, the Flathead Valley, I have never once heard a gobble on public land. So I started doing some research. I'm like, okay, it's a cruel joke at this point. I know I suck at hunting, but I've killed a lot of turkeys. Like Merriam's are not that difficult to at least find. And then doing a lot of research, every other county in all of Montana got Merriam transplants in the 60s or 70s whenever they brought birds over. The Flathead Valley, they brought all Eastern birds. And these motherfuckers hole up on private land. They don't gobble. Unless they're on public land, you can honk your horn, you can shout "fuck you," and they'll lose their minds. You cannot find them. And then you ask for hunting permission, and they're like, "Well, these are my pets." Like you just turkey shit all over your porch and yard. So yeah, I hate the turkey hunting up here. It's worse than the elk hunting up here. I swear, it's so bad.
What I love about what you do, Dylan, is you will never run out of your target audience, which is, you know, frustrated hunters, right? Like
just loser, degenerate pieces of shit. No, but yes, well, that was what was so freeing. Is like I was trying to be like everyone else for so long, and I wasn't ever trying to get into the industry. I just love hunting, and I wanted to be good. Like, who doesn't want to excel?
Sure.
So all my posts back in the day were like me trying to posture, and man, it was a frustrating elk year. Heard from so many guys that just was an off year for elk, you know, all that garbage. And then once I finally started, I just put out a video where I was like, elk don't exist, and just did this whole goofy, silly thing. And then it went like I don't know. You can't call it, nothing goes viral in the hunting world.
Yeah.
Really. There's a couple good banger videos out there, but you know, several 100,000 views, like that's pretty good for our niche. I was like, then I did another video on that vein and another and another. And when they all were just getting views, I'm like, oh, this is so freeing. Like 90% of all hunters, regardless of elk hunters, whatever, feel like I do. That is so freeing.
Yeah.
Like, heck yeah. Like, let's lean into that and let's just make fun of myself on the internet and try to get better at this. And it's been so cool. Like, the community, my little tiny following community, like, I communicate with most everybody. Like I have like good friends that I've made, just random people that are like, dude, me too, man. Thanks for like being real and honest about this. And those guys I talk to like every single day on Instagram or texting. I check in on their marriages and like, so it goes so much deeper than just the humor of it. It's been so cool, man. And that's what, when you think of like the hunting community, I know it can be so campy and so divisive. You know, people get upset about what camo you wear. Like, bro, we need another war. Yeah. Like life's too easy. If that's what you're on the internet upset about the shape of someone's bill of their hat, fuck yourself. Like, what are we doing? We're going to make camps. We want to belong to something so bad that we're the non-flat bill guys. Yeah. And look, I get it. I'm not gay. I'm not going to wear a flat bill. But no, I'm just a joke. Who gives a shit is what I'm trying to say. Like, who cares? We're on the same team. We have politicians trying to take public land from us. And we're arguing about what caliber's better. What are we doing? So, it's been cool. That's my goal, is just unity and bringing hunters together to fight like a greater cause. And my biggest fear is that, you know, my kids I don't think they like hunting right now. Like what 8-year-old wants to be cold and what 4-year-old wants to go be quiet, you know?
Yeah.
But like I bribe them with gas station treats and I say, if we fill a tag, we get Slurpees. Like that's the thing. And my biggest fear, I don't know if they'll love hunting like I do, and that's okay. My biggest fear, though, is that the opportunity will be taken from them someday because we're too busy fighting about stuff that does not matter.
Yep. Yeah, dude, this community, the hunting community as a whole, hunters as a whole, if you've been on any Facebook forum ever, any hunting,
try to avoid those. They're
like,
very mean to me.
I bet. And we got posted by some page called the Hunting Douche or something like that a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Some like, you know, it was a workout ad of our shorts and modeling in the gym or whatever. Evan was the model. And everybody's like, "Oh, fuck these guys," or whatever. It's like, dude. Hey man, we're just trying to promote health and fitness in the outdoors. Like,
there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of fat dudes on the mountain on e-bikes. Yeah, so fat. And again, they could look like me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Look at that. So, hey, shout out Knock Performance, dude. I'm up 8 pounds. And I'm just on the cusp of not looking like a crackhead. Like, I'm so close, guys. So I'd like to address the allegations if I could. I am not on speed or meth or crack. It's one of my most common. I would just like to clear the allegations.
People say that on
I have never done. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, they're horrendous.
Really?
It's like, bro, I'm making fun of me. Myself.
I've already done this.
You know, you can stop DMing me to kill myself. I'm already.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm already this close to it.
Right.
So,
right.
No, yeah.
That's pretty wild, man.
It's crazy.
I would like to talk about your, recent fitness journey too. You posted, I appreciate your balance between like the humor and then like the serious, right? Because when you're building a community, like I'm sure navigating that is something you have to consider, right? If the ultimate goal is community, like trying to have real conversations and real relationships with people like you're talking about. You were kind of transparent either yesterday or the day before posting about your recent fitness journey, and you have, put on and you are working out. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes. So I was a year ago diagnosed with ADHD, and it made, at like 32 years old, that was the like official, like, oh, hey, this is why you think of yourself as like a piece of crap, and you think you're lazy, and your standards for yourself are so high, and your procrastination is so bad. Like, I struggle with like self-image forever.
Yeah.
And when people think of ADHD, it's like, I'm like, no, I'm not like that. Like, I'm not like, oh, squirrel and annoying. Well, I'm annoying if you ask my wife and some of my coworkers and the internet. But now ADHD was like, you have zero ability to self-motivate. Like, that's what it comes down to. And then the guilt and shame, you've heard the term executive dysfunction. Like, dishes are on the counter, and I would rather cut my dick off than do them, and a lot of people feel that way, but it's the complete inability, like sandpaper rubbing in your brain when you have to do something that doesn't give you an instant reward. And it sounds, if you don't have it, like, it sounds like, no, Dillion sucks. He's just like a lazy deadbeat. And so just learning, like, oh, this is how my brain works. Endlessly creative, naturally good at whatever I want to be, but the second it feels like work, I'm going to go to something else to give me that dopamine rush. So being diagnosed with that, having my entire life finally make sense, being treated for it, therapy, learning tools so I don't have to, like, that doesn't define me. It just kind of helps describe how my brain operates. And so I always said, like, I got to figure my brain out first. This has been a lifelong struggle of like, why am I like this? Figure the brain out, and then, bro, we got to put weight on, And so I finally felt this year, like, man, I got the brain figured out. I'm happier than ever. My depression, anxiety, gone. I haven't had a panic attack in 4 years, okay, so let's get the body figured out. Let's hone in on the diet. I've been in and out of the gym forever, but always struggled to put weight on, and I'm lanky, I'm 5'10", right now, 176 pounds. That's healthy weight. I just look scrawny because I'm just long and goofy looking, huge cock. No, sorry. And that's where the weight goes. Sorry about that one. I have ADHD. Okay, we're back on track here, guys. So got the brain figured out, and then I'm like, okay, I need accountability. I need someone to, like, make me go to the gym and make me eat what I need to eat. So the biggest thing in that journey, partnered with Tyler from Knock Performance, and he's just a gorilla of a man, amazing mustache, absolute wagon on him. Jealous of that wagon. Tyler, if you're listening, great wagon on you. That's a butt.
That's a butt.
For anyone listening. Great butt on Tyler. I'd like to address the allegations. I am not gay. I just know a wagon when I see a wagon.
Appreciate a man who does the squats. Yeah.
Absolutely. So just a gorilla. And when you've got, like, a gorilla, like, hey, dude, he has like a check mark system of gallon of water, this many calories, and here's your splits for macros. And hey, you've only hit 2 of the 4 check marks this week. I'm checking on you. What's going on? And I better not hear excuses. Like, you have time. Get in there. So, like, having that for me, I signed on with him for 4 months. He's expensive as hell, but worth every penny. And so to finally start seeing results, and there's a difference between getting stronger, which every time I've been in the gym, like noob gains, right? God bless them. But not feeling or looking like bigger. And I mean, again, not on steroids, but you know what I mean? I'm still skinny. or look skinny rather, but to actually see it on the scale, to actually just go, all right, for the last however long, I've been eating 33 to 4,500 calories. Scientifically, this is going to work. And to see that work has been so rewarding, man. I feel so much better on the mountain, like feel good, feel strong, body feels good, which then in turn doubly helps the mind. It's been awesome.
That's way cool. Dude, it's the best, man. It can't be overstated enough. Like, and it's all synergistic, right? If your body feels good, your mind is going to feel good. Like you're going to be a better partner to your wife, a better, father to your kids. You're going to be a more efficient hunter on the mountain. Like you get to, it's just like all part of the whole package. I love that. That's, part of your journey where you're at right now. That's like, it's so important.
Oh, big time, man. And, my 4 months are almost up. But I have the habits now. Where I'm going to keep, when I'm not hunting, I'm going to keep going to the gym. I know what to eat now and how to grow, which is awesome. And the other cool thing is there's so many people that are signed up with Knock Performance, and they do group calls where everyone just says, hey, I really screwed it all up this week. And then there's a group text and you got people just, hey dude, I'm rooting for it. Like that is so important.
Yeah.
Just to have other dudes just supporting you. And, that's what I'm trying to do in the hunting world. And I'm never going to be like a gym page. I'm never going to be posting shirtless pics all the time as much as I want to, because I look really good right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm feeling, confident for the first time ever, which is so cool. But yeah, it's super important. And I just encourage anyone, like if you need to hire a personal trainer to make your wife more physically attracted to you, to show her that like I'm putting in work, let's be honest, for you. I want to look good for my wife.
Yeah.
If you got to pay $500 a month to do that, it's pretty good investment. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Well, and I tell people like getting a coach like that, it's expensive, but same thing like paying for a guide, right? You're not only paying for that one thing, you're paying for like the lesson. Like you just said, man, after these 4 months, like you've got, you know what to eat, you know how to, work out, all these things now. So it was 100% worth that 4 months of however much it cost you, just like buying a guided hunt. You take those lessons, learn that guide teaches you and move forward with it. Yeah. And I'm a lot
definitely.
like you.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I said, I'm a lot like you, except opposite end, right? So like I've got body dysmorphia from 20 years in the Army, and everybody's saying, because calling people fat's what we do. I still call people fat a lot. Ash Carter. So no matter how much I work out, watch what I eat, I'm like, man, I'm still fat. So I'm still fat. My wife's like, shut the fuck up. You're not fat. I'm like, I still feel fat. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like a Skeletor crackhead and probably forever will. When even my friends are like, dude, you look like twice the size as you have.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you trying to get kissed?
Yeah.
Like again, not gay. No.
Yeah. But if you want me to take you out for dinner, I will.
But if kissing your friends, if kissing the homies is gay, I don't want to be straight. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's why we go on hunting trips, right?
To snuggle in a 2P tent. Emphasis on P. Come on.
That's right. That's sweet, dude. I agree too. And like, I'm a school teacher, right? So like the other aspect of hiring a coach, how many people do we think like extrapolate are just like spinning tires? They don't know how to stay consistent with a nutrition plan, with a workout plan. They're just like, whatever, scrolling through Instagram, screenshotting random workouts that they see. There's no plan, right? There's a gazillion people, right? Hiring a coach too, like I mentioned, I'm a school teacher, right? So like when I pay for something, like that's good accountability for me, right? Those dollars are important. And whatever the price is, sure, it can be expensive, but like I'm paying for the accountability too, right? Like if I'm paying for something, I'm not going to skip a day. Like I'm not going to not listen to your guy with the great wagon. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to be following through on the plan, which is important.
Absolute wagon on the Phillip, but you're 100% right. I mean, if we want a new rifle, right? We're going to move heaven and earth to get that new rifle. If you really are sick of how you look or you want to be healthier, like you'll figure out a way to get it done. And I got a long way to go still, and I have not been perfect in this process. You can ask Tyler. But just, yeah, like you said, having a plan, like having someone just kind of lay it out for you and then hold you accountable to just do the things that are proven to work, it's going to work. Hard. It's hard to do. But I don't know. That's the other thing, and why I've always loved hunting is it's like the one hobby where I don't feel like I hit a plateau and then I quit to the next thing, which I've done my whole life, and then hit a plateau with that, go back to this. Hunting has like been so constant for me, where even when I'm not good at this for years at a time, I still just want to get better at it. And you can do that with the gym too. You can kind of learn to love it, essentially.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about, if it's all right, about your diagnosis.
Yeah, for sure.
Where hunting fit into that, right? Because like I teach a lot of kids with a number of different neurological disorders and whatever. ADD, ADHD, and autism and whatever, right? When it does, you said something earlier about when it starts to feel like work, right? You switch and you move on to something else, right? Talk about how has hunting not become that for you? Like, why do you still love it so much?
Because it's the one thing I felt like I could always beat my brain. I've felt at odds with my brain my whole life, but no matter how tired I am or discouraged I am, I just found that I can always go, I don't care how I feel, I'm going over that ridge. I don't care how late I'm getting back. I'm going to go a mile this way and try to get some bull to respond to me. And there's times every season where I go, what am I doing? Why do I do this? Who am I to, I didn't ask for sponsorships. I didn't ask to get to I call it a kid's table in the industry. I didn't ask for any of this. This wasn't the goal. So when, there's that one day during every hunting season for every animal where I'm like, I'm a fraud. I don't belong here. I don't deserve this rifle and all the components on it that they sent me for free for some reason, knowing how bad of a shot I am. What am I doing? So like, don't get me wrong. It's not all bliss out there. But I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just being outside, and that's just intrinsically good for us to be outside and away from the daily grind of work. If you can have the right mentality of like, I'm out there to enjoy my creator. I'm there to enjoy creation. I like the fear of it, of hunting alone. I need that. I don't know what it is about it. If it's just instinctual in us as a people that like, oh, this just feels right. Even when we're bad at it and nothing's happening, like it just feels right that I'm out here. I think everybody needs something like that. Because we know hunting's not for everyone. But if you're listening to this and you're just a gym bro and you've never hunted, like hunting could be for you. Or you're a girl, like try hunting, like I don't know. Can I promote something?
Please.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say too much about this, but I have a really amazing project coming this fall during the Montana general deer season where I'm taking 3 adult onset hunters who have never hunted a day in their life. But this isn't like, I'm not taking like 13-year-olds out that have always wanted to hunt. These are guys I had to convince, like, go through hunter safety. Do the steps. Trust me. I think you would love this. Like, do you have any desire? Like, yeah, screw it. I'll give it a shot. So these guys have never shot a rifle. They have never gone hunting a day in their life. And I'm taking these 3 guys deer hunting and doing a YouTube series about it. I'm calling it the rookie season. It's trademarked, so don't steal this. This is happening. I have so many sponsors on board that the coolest thing is if they decide at the end of their one day with me, one sun up to sundown day, and we'll do like a range day and all this stuff. And just teaching like basic 101 concepts of hunting. If they decide like, absolutely, like, yes, where has this been my whole life? I can't believe I've never done this. I want to continue this lifestyle. Then all the gear from the sponsors is going to them. So they'll be kitted out head to toe, rifles, optics, clothing, boots, everything, so that they can continue that lifestyle. And if it's not for them, if they're like, this was really fun, but this isn't for me, man, I'll be honest, then we're going to give that away to YouTube subscribers, you know? So I'm so freaking excited about that to show. And these guys are computer nerds, like anime loving computer programmers. One of them is a prolific like worship songwriter. One of them is 100%, one of my best friends in the world, 100% disabled veteran who has seen combat, has severe PTSD. And this, I'm so excited to do this. I have forgot how we got here, but just keep an eye on that. It's called the Rookie Season. It's coming out this fall. Let
me know if you need help. 'Cause I'm actually working to do something kind of similar to what you're doing.
Oh, awesome.
So like I'm an adult onset hunter. My first hunting season, I was 35, 36, 34, 35. Wow. Background is, retired Green Beret. So spent most of my career in special operations. And I've noticed that hunting when you're out there, you're in the natural world. When you're here in suburbia, a metropolitan area, whatever, like it's an artificial world, right? And so there's that thing that you talked about, like there's something about it that like makes you feel like you should be there. That's exactly what it is. It's super healing. You talked about your buddy that's got PTSD, 100% disabled and all that. Like that's me.
Wow. And well, thank you so much for your service, man. I mean that like genuinely.
I appreciate it. I had a good time. but being out there and doing this, man, it's so healing, especially the community that's around it. Because like I talk about this all the time. A lot of the guys that have never done what I did in the military or anything close to it, they're still cut from the same cloth. Like guys are super passionate, like Carter, right? Like guys are super passionate about hunting and putting like, the fitness that goes along with it, not just the little dead and fat kid in a granddaddy's blind, right? Not that there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Some days I would love to hunt like that.
Yeah. And I do a high fence hunt every year with other special operations guys. And like, it's fun. It's relaxing. And there's still a challenge to it. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like you're up and down the mountains trying to find an elusive critter like a turkey that, once again, I'm pretty sure doesn't exist.
Yeah, man. But, fuck turkeys.
Bad, dude. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think, obviously from my side of the house, like it's super healing and it's good for guys like to find something post-military. But I think it's good for like the anime nerd too, man. Like get out of your artificial world, get into nature and do what man was supposed to do. There are people that are made to be gatherers. I got it. But most of us men are made to be hunters,
Yeah, I might have been made to be a gatherer, but man, I am trying.
Well, that sounds like a freaking awesome project, man. What a well worthwhile feel good way to leverage your platform, your seat at the kids' table. I like how you put that, man. And freaking that's a noble pursuit, dude. I didn't start hunting till I was an adult as well, not until college. Like Carrie, and I know Carrie and I have talked about it ad nauseum, but man, I wish there would have been a program like that around that I could have found, because what a blessing that you get to pass on that knowledge to those people.
Yeah, and again, I apologize to them in advance for the knowledge I'll be giving them. No, I'm a decent whitetail hunter. I've got a garage full of pretty good public land bucks. That's like, everyone makes fun of me for living in the West and not hunting mule deer. I've only killed one mule deer in my life, a little forky. But when you actually can have consistent success with a species, it's really hard for me to want to go switch to something else.
For sure.
So that's what we're doing. Montana public land, whitetails with all these guys, and might fill tags, probably won't.
Yeah.
And then we'll do. I'm launching a podcast here soon, and then we'll do podcast episodes with them and talk through it all. And I'm beyond excited for it.
That's so awesome.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
That's way sweet. Before we talked about the rookie season, man, you were talking about sometimes in this space you feel like a fraud, right? When there's sponsorships involved and like other companies supporting you and like whatever. That transparency and that imposter syndrome is like a very real thing, right? I like feel it with every single podcast episode that I do because like I'm no expert, right? I'm good at killing like dinky whitetails, right? And there's a lot of people who have way more experience than me and carry. And but like, this is what we're passionate about and this is what we love, right? So I gotta like talk myself out of that mindset, right? And so like you mentioned, like whatever limited experience you can pass on to those guys, I know you were joking, but like it'll be a lifetime of experience for them to take, in that day or a couple days that you guys have together. So, what a great use of that time, and don't feel like a fraud, man. I need to be told that every once in a while too, because when you pass it on to other folks, man, what a great experience.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, the only time I feel that way is when I get caught in that trap of like, if you don't fill tags, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some truth to that. Obviously, it's a very,
sure.
It's a weird world that I kind of operate in. And the funniest joke is like, if I do kill an elk, I've killed 2 with my rifle now. And last year's bull was 35 days in the field to find a legal bull. And then I've told this story before, but so excited. It's November 17th and I'm hiking up this ridge because everywhere else I wanted to go is packed full of trucks, and picked this one spot, this one drainage I'd only been to once before, and think I remember seeing some old elk poop up there. I'm like, we're out here. So let's try. It's already later. So I'm on running 2.5 miles up into this drainage, and then I got to climb 1,000 vertical feet to get up where I can glass. And as I'm getting up there, and I'm just dying, there's 2 hours before light ends, and all of a sudden I hear like a bugle. I'm like, oh, what dumbass! I'm not good at elk hunting, but I do know you don't try to bugle elk in mid-November. Like, what idiot is up here bugling for elk, and then hear it again, and it's a week. It sounds like a Primo, one of those old Primos bugle tubes. I'm like, this freaking idiot, like moron. And then all of a sudden I hear another bugle, and then another and another. I'm like, holy shit, there's elk bugling in mid-November. So I'm sprinting up this ridge, and then boom, a certain distance away, I see a cow elk. I'm like, dude, no freaking way. So I get the binos set up, and I see a legal bull come out. And I range, it says 227. I'm like, that looks way farther than 227 yards. Range again. I ranged 11 times. 227, 227, 227. I'm like, I guess, but like, that seems way farther than I dialed to 227, which is like half MOA.
Yeah.
Have a perfect rest. Boom, squeeze one off. And all the elk just kind of do this. I load another one. I'm like, what the hell happened? Squeeze one off, and then I see that bullet land like 30 feet below him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you moron. That was not, that wasn't 227 yards. It was like 650.
Oh my gosh.
So then all the elk just bail down into the drainage. I'm like, cool. Like, classic. Did it again. Idiot. And so I'm like, just like, yeah, you talk about imposter syndrome. I'm like, I can't even trust my depth perception now. Like I was like, well, the electronics said that this was what it was.
Yep.
And I must have been like hitting the top of a tree or something obviously something was going on. And anyways, I hike finally up another 400 feet of elevation to get a top road where they're on. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of bombed out in this whole basin. I don't really think they knew what happened. I obviously was far enough away to not even, they just heard some bangs and was like, what's going on? And yeah, there's like 30 minutes before dark and I'm just sneaking along, and then boom, I see a cow 460 yards across the other side of the drainage on the same road I'm on. You know, it goes around like this. Get set up and it's 17 cows, just filter out. I'm like, that bull's going to be in the rear.
Yeah.
Have a perfect rest. Bull comes out. I smoke him twice in the heart and got another chance at him, it was so cool, man. But yeah, worked my ass off for the 2 bulls I have gotten lucky enough to kill. And yeah, if I can instill like this love, this gritty, the only way to describe it is to experience it, as you guys know. And whether you're filling out a tag or not, like you just never know, is this going to be the day I just see something crazy or find something crazy or have an amazing like revelation with God where he shows me some flaw I need to work on that I didn't realize I was doing or what have you. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. And I just want people to maybe take a break from the internet and just go outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. The highs are high for sure.
Yeah. And it's like golf. Do you guys play golf ever? Have you ever played golf?
Once a year, but when I'm so bad, when I hit a good shot, I'm like, that's good enough for me. Like that. All right. That's cool.
It's that one pure shot
Yeah.
that keeps you chasing it. And for me, I've learned, you know, the funniest thing people can say to me, you know, I'll post a video of me missing and someone who doesn't follow me or know my background will be like, dude, it's okay. Like, you know, I started hunting recently too. I'm like, bitch, I've been doing this for 25 years. You know, it's so funny. I don't want to suck at it forever. I want to get better at it. I want to help people get better at it. But 25 years of just getting your ass kicked, but becoming a better person through the process and learning to take yourself a little less seriously. I think it's so good for all of us to do something where we feel really small. And I know it's hard to believe for me because I'm huge. Once again, not on steroids, but I think it's so good to be humbled. And I have yet to experience something more humbling than calling in a bull elk, you know, as Rogan calls it, an 800-pound forest horse with swords growing out of its head to 20 yards and missing it. And then having to hike back through grizzly infested territory, kicking yourself the whole way. There's nothing more humbling.
Yep. Yeah. That's something the hunting world as a whole, I think, could use a little more of, man. The humble and humility is of the utmost important in every man's life. But can we talk a little bit about some hunting industry hot takes?
Sure.
That might be prevalent here. You posted a really funny video recently that I was watching this morning. With your classic satirical and self-deprecating humor about your issues with some hunting videos that are posted. And I have a couple issues as well. I'd like to compare notes, but one thing you said when the guy or gal has their animal down and they're talking to the camera, right? You said, now I'm going to describe to the camera exactly what you just watched for the last 10 minutes. Right?
Yeah, dude. And like I do all of those things, you know, but they're just pet peeves. You know, it's like, hey, my friend, I just visually saw what you're describing for 10. The video doesn't have to be this long. You know, I just want to see the antlers, dude.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's an egregious one that I try not to do that one. And it helps when you never kill anything to sit behind.
One less thing to think about.
Yeah. But that's always been the one of like, my brother, I'm not blind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need an audible guide over what I just like watched, and, you know, I can piece together kind of what happened.
I feel like being from the South, I'm from Georgia. A lot of the old school whitetail videos were like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, is this
It was
the same
the style back then.
Yeah.
And I still love those old, like the old Primos whitetail shows, man. That's what helped get me into hunting was those old DVDs of, he came over the ridge and the wind was bad, and I'm like, I know, dude. I watched it.
I seen it.
Yeah. But thank you for the podcast after the Audible companion. After the fact.
That's right. I also like you had another shtick where you said, "I'm going to kill all the animals and prove myself to my sponsors." Right.
Yeah, that was in the light of every hunting video has the say, "I'm about to even the score."
Yeah.
Great singing voice. I know. Let's not talk about it. Like, I get it. We are allowed to listen to other types of music.
For sure.
Instead of the dad butt rock, I'm the champion.
Yeah.
And special shout out to the Born and Raised crew. I've never met those guys, but they're some of my favorite YouTube hunts to watch. So it was kind of a dig at them, but in a loving way. But everyone's just this boot stomp cowboy bullshit. I'm so tired of the same. I'm a badass, and my sponsors will sign me for another year because of this song.
Well, I think that trope that you're poking fun at is important because, if it becomes about just the killing and just the antlers, you're missing the point, right? You're missing everything that we just talked about being out in creation, about, sharing it with other people, sharing it with new hunters. You're missing the point. I feel like there's plenty of people that do that. And elk hunting is dumb because it's way hard. But every fall,
not according to all of the comments I get.
Right.
Dude, you're just retarded. Actually retarded.
Terrible.
Elk hunting's easy. I'm like, hey, I looked at your profile. You're bald and you're 6,000 pounds.
Yeah.
This thing, if you come at me, I'm good at this game. Okay, the comedy game. I'm pretty good at it. Yeah. If you're gonna come after me, and it's not funny, I can be made roast me. I welcome it. That if it's funny. If you're just being a dick, oh man, you better have your hair. Yeah. You better not be divorced. You better not have RIP to any loved one in your bio. I will destroy you.
Yeah.
Without guilt or shame.
There's no repercussions for people on social media at all.
No, and that's why you can't take it seriously.
Dude, they say whatever.
We got a guy on Facebook, in a group, the hunting douche post, and people are like, fuck these guys. I'm like, hey, you're saying that to a Green Beret. He could literally eat you and kill you without feeling anything. Yeah, you know what I mean? Crazy.
They're not
Say about me. I'm an easy target. I welcome it. It is what I'll do. Roast. I'm posting another. I missed a bear earlier this season, a 380-yard absolute chip shot. Just curb stomp the trigger after all the practice I've been doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to post that video and make it a giveaway. Roast me in the comments. I'll pick the funniest one. You're going to win Onyx Elite for a year and the new Tricer bipod. I welcome that stuff.
Yeah.
But good Lord, man. Yeah. People that are just, a lot of it's jealousy, unfortunately, and being jealous of me is insane. But I've discovered this, I'll post, I always post the most out of pocket responses I get. The ones that make me laugh, I'll post and hype that person up. Dude, 10 out of 10 joke. Well done. You got me. It's just the ignorant ones that I'll get specific and roast them and post those because it's just fun. Yeah. But then all the most hateful ones, the ones that tell me to kill myself or, the bad ones where it's something's wrong with this guy. And I'll post those and be like, wow. And then the biggest names in the hunting industry, will DM me and say, I know this guy DM'd me too, and here's the screenshots. And it's like this guy who just told me to kill myself is like, hey man, I'm starting up my own thing. It'd be so sick to collab. I'm like, oh, you failed or gave up, or you couldn't get into the industry. So now your whole personality is hating on anyone that is in it.
Yep.
And like, why are you picking on me? Like, I'll openly say I don't belong here. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting thing. And everyone says, influencers are ruining public land hunting. And I just call bullshit on that. I'm like, there was a mapping company, a bigger one, talking about like, these politicians are trying to take, here's how you can do, here's a link you can click to call your senator, and they're getting hate. I'm like, do you realize, like, agree with this company or these people or not? Like, they're doing more than you and I ever could just by one post, and it was companies like that and influencers like that made it so easy for me with ADHD to just click a button, leave a message for my senator. Yeah. It's like, guys, I get what you're saying. I disagree with like most of what you're saying, but can you not see like how much people they are able to reach? You know what I mean? So like, we need each other. Content creators need to have perspective of the blue collar person. I think it's important to listen to some of those voices that aren't just clearly jealous haters. I think some people kind of in that camp bring up a couple good, decent points that at least need to be considered. But to just like, there's some guys making an entire platform off hating influencers while becoming an influencer themselves. I'm like, you don't see the irony in that? You don't see how you just posted a graph, Matt Ranella, of all these people that you claim to hate, and you watched them for 3 months and put it into a graph of what they talk about. You know more about their numbers than they do. Is that not weirdly obsessive and not helpful to the cause, other than to get a bunch of other low IQ people just to hate on people? It drives me insane. I'm a Christian. I don't get mad at people that aren't Christians, that do what non-Christians do. I don't get mad about that. That's what they do. Like, I am under a set of family rules as a Christian. If your kids come to my house, I don't put your kids under my family's rules. That's weird and creepy. Right? It's the same goes for the hunting world. I don't know. It drives me insane.
We had
I get mad at religious Christians. Those are people I am like at war with as religious people. I don't get mad at random hunters. I get mad at people that just want the hunting world cut in half forever while politicians try to take public lands.
For sure.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be a comedian and not have opinions.
No, it's good, man. I love the balance. And we had a post recently we showed some graphic pig hunting down in Texas. And the Hunt Quietly people got a hold of that and sent a whole bunch of messages and comments. Well, I was like, dude, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? Like, would love to talk.
Come talk.
Dude, would love to have a conversation long form rather than like arguing in the comments on Instagram and nothing. It's like, all right, well, if it's not worth your time.
All they want to do is hate on stuff. And the bummer is like some of the platforms, like some of the guys are so intelligent. They're very eloquent. They speak well. They're smart. They bring up good points. And to them, I just want to say like, hey man, like, I don't hate you. Like, I totally get where you're coming from. But with how good you are at making videos and how well you talk in front of the camera, couldn't you be doing more for our cause? Because like it or not, brother, we're on the same team.
We have to be.
We have to be, or we lose. Isn't there a better way to use this platform than just getting likes, shitting on people that you don't know? and have never met personally and never cared to, and just are so close-minded you wouldn't even come on a podcast to openly discuss your point of view. Like, I don't know, some of the, like, I don't hate on all of them. Like, some of them are really intelligent, bright, well-spoken people that I feel like could do so much for our cause as hunters as a whole. And they just want to poop on content creators that they've never met or talked to, or it's very strange to me.
Yeah, it's odd, man. Social media, highs and lows.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
But I don't want to end on a bummer, dude, but we're rolling up on an hour here.
Oh, really? Already?
Yeah, dude. Big fan of what you've
been fun.
Love your platform and love you. Here's Gary. He's got that Kentucky internet. Love what you're doing, man. Building that community. And really excited to follow along with the rookie season. What a noble pursuit, man. And excited to see that come to fruition. If there's any way we can help, we would love to. But what's next? What's next for you, Dylan? Anything else coming down the pipeline that we should keep an eye on before we jump off here?
Yes, I've got some new apparel coming out soon. elkdon'texist.com. It's a hat and apparel that you can wear to help remind yourself that hunting is very hard. And it's been, that whole thing has been so cool. To sell hats and t-shirts that people are like, you post a video and it does well and people ask, what is that hat? I have to have it. Elk hunting is so hard. And it's just so cool. elkdon'texist.com. I've got some cool stuff on there. The Silly Goose Hunt Club collection is my newest stuff. There's a lot of grown men that don't want to wear anything with the word silly on it. And I would challenge that.
Yeah.
So do it. But elkdon'texist.com. I have Elk Don't Exist, the podcast coming out soon. I'm bankrolling episodes. I'd love to have you guys on.
We'd love to.
So, I'm trying to do I'll pitch that thing. I'm trying to release it end of June, July, sometime after I have enough. I'm waiting on art and some stuff like that, but trying to do as many of them in person as possible. Nice. It is a comedy podcast with an emphasis on hunting. So I'm going to take your favorite YouTubers, your favorite personalities, industry professionals, and just random people I find interesting and fun to be around, and just not talk about hunting tips the whole time.
Yep.
I'm going to force some of these guys, your favorite hunters, to feel uncomfortable, to probe and just learn about their background. And yes, obviously we're all obsessed with hunting, so it's going to be heavily hunting forward. But I just got tired of listening to podcasts that are like, let's break down the drought conditions this year in Arizona 7B and how that's influencing antler growth.
Yep.
I just can't do it. So I'm trying to create the hunting podcast I always wanted to listen to.
So I got the perfect guest. We can't give hunting tips because fuck, we suck.
Yeah,
we all suck at this. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Everyone's like, here's what you do on a herd bull. I'm like, but these other guys say you'd never do that. Nothing against hunting tips. I devour hunting tips. But I just want to I just want to have more fun with everyone's favorite hunters and industry reps and brands and that kind of stuff. And I guess, so we got the podcast coming out. Keep an eye out for that. It'll be available everywhere. It'll be on video on Spotify as well. Probably throw it up on YouTube. We'll be demonetized immediately, but that's okay. So buy my apparel, please.
Yeah.
That, and then the rookie season stuff coming out in the fall. So keep an eye on that. And if we can close, if I could just briefly address some allegations.
Yeah, please.
All right. I am not a sellout. Okay. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm a sellout. This is awkward. This is 2O gear. This is my camo sponsor. Sorry. I'm not a sellout. I'm not a sellout. Why I've become a better hunter, why I filled 5 tags is mostly in part from Onyx Hunt here. So I guess shout out to Onyx Hunt, the sponsor. Sorry, all the hats I have are from my sponsors. It's awkward. who left this boot here? Sorry. Shout out, I guess, Lacrosse Boots. This is their ES boot. It's my favorite. So big shout out to Lacrosse Boots. But again, not a sellout. And then, oh my gosh, this bipod is so light. I forgot it was in my lap the whole time. That's crazy. It's 15 ounces. This is the Tricer RP bipod. I guess while it's here, I'll just show you the features. You can go from completely prone all the way to sitting, kneeling, 30 inches in a 15-ounce package. It's insane at a price point everyone's going to love. And you can use the code Dillion Sucks to save money on these things. But I again, not a sellout. Just thank you for letting me clear up all these allegations.
Yeah, man. And in the future, anything we can do on our end, if there's future allegations, you let us know. We got your back.
Thank you so much, guys. And if have we stopped recording? Do you guys have a hookup on a steroid guy? Mine's getting pretty expensive.
Yeah, go to huntlifteat.com and check out our training program.
Training program.
That's right. It comes with a side of training.
Yeah, I know about steroids.
Yeah.
But I'm not on them.
We super appreciate your time, Dylan. Good luck with everything. Let us know how we can help. And listeners, definitely go check out Elk Don't Exist and check out Dylan's page and stay tuned in. Yeah, dude, we appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It was an honor. When Tayshawn was telling me about you guys, I'm like, hope they asked me to be on the podcast because they're crushing it. And I'm super proud of you guys. Like keep doing what you're doing, and I'm rooting for you all the way. So thank you guys so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Same here. Listeners, as always, we appreciate the hell out of you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.